Hi, guys.
Welcome back to Robertson's Valley Acres.
Whoop, whoop.
You guys, our whole life is fixing to change.
Yes.
We hope.
We hope, and we know there's been a couple videos where we're changing our life. We're changing. This time, it's another big one.
Yes. So, we wanted to bring you guys along for the journey this time. Every time we do something major or something is changing for us, you know, we are always doing something.
We're not afraid to jump.
Sometimes that can be bad. Like,
Yes.
you know, they say don't be afraid to jump. Sometimes we've jumped over and over. But
Sometimes we've jumped and got burned.
yes. But anyway, a lot of times by the time we're telling you guys about something that is changing in our life, it's already changed. It's already a done deal, and we just basically get to tell you about it. Well, this time we want to take you guys along for the whole journey, good or bad, whatever happens with it happens. We want you guys to be part of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
We want you guys to enjoy and every aspect of our journey. It's just one of those things where we never think about it, you know, and how much you guys enjoy being in the know.
Yes.
And knowing exactly what we're doing and why we're doing some of the things we're doing.
Well, and part of it is we don't want to jinx ourselves, and so we're like, well, we're just not going to say anything in case it doesn't work out. Well, then, you know, we're not having to explain to all of our viewers that it didn't work out. But what we're not realizing, or what we weren't realizing, is that you guys are the whole reason. I mean, we know that you guys are the whole reason we do YouTube, but you guys want to be part of it and want to be in on it from the very get-go.
Yes.
So, it's the get-go.
So here we got the get-go.
I mean, we've got the ball in motion, but the very beginning of our change, and we don't know if it's going to go through or not. So, Rusty, let's just tell them what it is. We beat around the bush long enough.
Well, I'm going to start at the beginning, I guess. So you guys, you know that our homestead is a very small property. We're on 3/4 of an acre, and we're raising anywhere from 1 to 5 pigs at a time. We've got 30 chickens, 2 dogs now.
We have our garden area.
And our big garden area, and we've been very open about the fact that we'd love to get back to the country.
Yes. And we, you know, when we lived on the farm, if you guys have been following us that long, if you haven't, go back and check out those videos. The farm, if you don't want to go through all of it, you can check out the video let's see, it would be right here that says goodbye to the farm. And that was a very emotional video to make, because we were leaving the farm, and the farm was kind of our classroom. We knew it was not sustainable for us monetarily or anything like that, but that was really hard for us. And
Yes.
we had huge dreams when we lived there, and then even more so when we left. That's where we started learning how to be self-sufficient.
Yes.
And learning the homesteader way of life, and really trying to push for this idea that we want to live. And we've done that on our little 3/4 of an acre. We grow about 70% of our own food on good years, like the very good years. But
I'd say this 2022 wasn't an extremely bountiful year.
No.
We did have, we were able to raise our pigs. Our chickens were very prolific, if you would. Our garden didn't turn out as well, but this mega drought, I heard today, that's what they're calling it now in this area, is a mega drought.
Well, and we had also kind of shifted purpose there for a little bit, because we both were working so many hours, and we were not, you know, really giving to the homestead like we had intended. But, you know, life happens, and you have to do what you have to do. But
we lost our way.
We lost our way, but we found our way back. So now things have shifted again. You know, we obviously we needed to have the jobs that we had, and we needed all of that for things to fall into place. I mean, we are adopting Desi, and you know, she's like such a blessing to us.
Yes, and she would have never been in our lives if we hadn't kind of altered our path a little bit.
Yes.
And just because you think this is what it's got to be and this is the way it's going to be, God laughed at you.
Right.
Because his plan, and that's what we always pray, that if it's in your plan, if it's in our plan, our path, then make it happen. So,
but that being said, we also follow this philosophy of you have not because you ask not. And since we left the farm, we have said, we have both prayed for a farm. Like we want a farm. We want that back.
Yes. I'm always looking at the apps, and I look at vehicles all the time. Not that I'm needing one. I look at houses. I shop. And Rachel's always like, what are you looking for now? I don't know. I'm just looking, because you never know when something great's going to pop up. So had been talking about moving closer to Tulsa, to be down there closer to my parents and to Rachel's mom. And so we weren't even really looking. I mean, everything we were finding was way out of our price range for a way smaller property than what we were looking for. And I got on there the other day, and I'm like, Rachel, well, look at this. And she goes, okay. And she's sitting there, and she's doing her thing, and I'm holding the phone, and she looks, she says, oh,
we got to go look at that.
We need to go look at this. And I said, it's kind of what I was thinking. But we came out, and like we do a lot of places, we drove out by here, and we looked, and we talked about it, and it's like, okay, we need to call somebody. So we get a hold of the lady that owns the store I work in now. It happens to be a realtor. So I reached out to her, said, hey, you know, are you still selling real estate? She said, yeah. I said, well, I got a place we want to look at. She said, okay. When would you like to look at it? I said, well, tomorrow. Today.
Today, it was today. But let's back up a little bit and talk about when we went to go look at the place. We went out there, and it kind of looks like whomever was there before maybe just left. I don't know. So there's a lot of stuff out there, and you know, still stuff inside the house, and still stuff all over the place outside, and everything's overgrown, and you know, there's the bones are there. Like the house is it needs a lot of work, but the house is there. Like the structure is sound, and the infrastructure. So it used to be like a dairy farm. We're assuming, because it has a dairy barn with the bays in it, the milking bays in it. You know, all the stuff is still out there, but it does have that. And then because of that, it has all the corrals, and it has a chicken coop, and it has, you know, outbuildings, lean-tos, and a cellar, a root cellar, which is kind of like a basement in a shed, and everything is there, and it's 20 acres of land and a house. I mean, right there in our price range, right there, something that we could, you know, we have the possibility of making happen.
Yes.
And so, well then, you know, Rusty called, and we went out to look at the house, the inside of the house.
So we looked at the inside of the house, and there, like Rachel said, there's a lot of work to be done, but nothing that we don't know how to do, or two, we don't know how to learn.
Right. And so, you know, for a little while, our channel was flipping houses, you know, and you can look back on some of those playlists of the flipping houses and things like that, kind of things that we have done there. And the last house we were in before this one, we flipped that house in 37 days, and it was way worse, in way worse shape than this one is. I mean, as far as the inside goes. The outside, it was in better shape.
Yeah.
So, we have experience in flipping the houses and things. And, Rusty put it best by saying, it looks like the people that lived there did just that. They lived. They didn't maintain. And really, the house just was not maintained. It wasn't trashed. It's just not maintained. And then I said that sometimes if you want the land, you have to buy the ugly house. And we've heard that, and we've talked about that. And you know what? It's an ugly house. But the land is amazing and exceptional, and it's out in the middle of the country. The closest neighbor is half a mile away. We're not sandwiched in. Not that we don't love our neighbors. We do. We love our neighbors. We love, having somebody that we can call that's right there next door. But, for what we're looking for to do, like our dream, you guys, our dream is fixing to come to fruition, I feel like. It is, we're just overwhelmed.
Okay, Lacey come out and she met us. She was more than happy to come out and help us. So we met with her. She got us in the house, and it needs work interior wise as well. More cosmetic work than anything, I guess. And that's all stuff that we can take care of. Yeah, there's saplings and stuff that's popped up out in the pasture that need to be taken out to open that pasture back up again to make it more usable. But I mean, it's all there, and that's what we're focused on. So after we looked at it, we went home, and Rachel and I talked about it that evening. All the possibilities, and where do we see this fitting in at? How do we see us fitting that property? And that wasn't a hard thing to do, because this is what we've been asking for.
Yes, and the property is very wooded. The property is very wooded. It does have a wet weather creek that runs through it, and it does have a couple of ponds that are wet weather as well. We're just kind of driving by it here, but future plans, we've got a lot of future plans already in mind.
Yes, and a lot of dreams that we feel like can come true really easily.
Oh, the cellar door's closed now.
I think it just blew shut.
So that red barn right there is the milk barn. So all of this to say that we are officially under contract.
Yes.
For a house and 20 acres. We are doing things a little bit different. We're getting a different kind of loan. Kind of trying to make our dream happen.
Yes.
So our dream has always been to have a working farm. And so we're going to kind of go that route of making this a working farm where we are actually not only self-sustained, but also hopefully eventually making money on the farm.
Yes.
So that's the route we're going to take, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're trying to make sure that, we're not just going to jump into another mortgage. We want to get into, what we're trying to do is get an ag loan, because this will be an actual working farm. We'll have the animals in our gardens, and we'll be bringing you guys along.
Yes. Every step of the way this time. Every step of the way. It's not just going to be like, oh, hey guys, guess what? by the way, we've been doing this for the last few months. So now we're basically on hold to see if we qualify for the type of loan that we're wanting to get, because we want it, you know, kind of a startup loan type thing where we can make this a working farm. So this type of loan, I guess the closing on it, it takes about 90 days.
Yeah, I mean, it takes 90 days from the date of application, and we've been to the bank, talked to the bank, got the ball rolling there. We've been to the FSA office, and we've got the paperwork, and I mean stacks of paperwork to fill out. But that's okay. In order to get this the way we're trying to do it and be, I guess for lack of a better way to say it, a legitimate working farm, that's what we have to do. So we're gonna get that paperwork, hopefully get all that filled out this weekend, so we can take it up to the FSA office and have them look at it and go ahead and submit our paperwork and see where it goes.
Yeah, so the way it goes right now is, you know, you guys can see that there is so much work to be done before we can even move in, even after, if and after we get approved and we close, we still have to do a lot of work before we can even move in.
Right.
So this isn't going to be a typical Rusty and Rachel jump in, let's just do everything as fast as possible. We have to move in 37 days. That's not what this is. It's going to take up to 90 days to see if, to close on it. You guys, we just went under contract Friday. So, and today is Saturday. So yesterday? Yeah, we just went into contract yesterday. Paid our earnest money, signed all the forms to be under contract. So the house and land is pending. We have 90 days to make this happen. We know we're going to have that amount of time that we have to, get ready for it, because we can't start working on the house till we close on it. We can't start working on the property till we close on it. We're chomping at the bit, you guys. We want to be out there so bad already, and it's too cold, really, but we want to be out there. But by the time we close on the place, on the property, we'll be coming into spring, and we will be able to go in and start working. We'll be getting close to the end of the school year, so we're going to have a lot more time to work once summer hits, because I work at the school now, so I don't work during the summer months, and so it's all just falling into place so beautifully. God is good. He has done so much for us. He has blessed us so much, with the adoption of Desi, and the placement of Desi, and the pending adoption. We should be able to adopt by June. So, all of this is going to happen within the same amount of time. But God just put all the right people in our lives, and all the right, put us in all the right places. And, we just can't sing that enough, that praise enough. It's just amazing to us.
When I was talking to the banker, I told him, I said, I'm still in disbelief, I guess is the best way to put it. But he told me, he said, look, there's a reason you're here. There's a reason that the people that are in your life are there. There's a reason this property has been dropped in your lap.
Yes. When you start to see the puzzle pieces just fall into place, and you just kind of have to sit back and go, wow, like God knew this plan, at the beginning of time, and it's all starting to just fall into place. But anyway, we want to take you guys along from the very beginning, from the get-go. You know what? If this jinxes it and it doesn't happen, it just wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, see,
so
I don't think it'll be a jinx. I think that if it's God's will.
Yeah, well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So you guys, I hope you guys are as excited as we are about this journey that we're fixing to take. And you guys are going to be seeing a lot of videos of one, getting our property where we live now, getting it tidied up, kind of packed up, I guess is the way to say it, organized. This gives us this 90 days to kind of get all our ducks in a row. Kind of, get that going, and then the planning stages, because there's, I'm pretty sure we're not going to leave the same layout of the house. We're going to go in and basically, we won't really gut the house.
It won't really be gutted, but we are talking about making a few changes,
pretty major
layout changes.
Yeah. And you guys are going to be there every step of the way for the garden layout and the animals that we bring on the farm, and where we're looking to see how we can make the income to make the farm a working farm, and the decisions that we're going to make one way or the other. And also on my Belly Acres Kitchen channel, I'm going to take you guys along on the planning of the new kitchen, and because that it is going to need a new kitchen in this little farmhouse. The farmhouse was built in the 50s, so there is a lot of updating that needs to happen.
Right.
And so, old farmhouses, they're real choppy, right? So the inside of the house, it's choppy. It's kind of like there's very defined rooms.
Yeah, every room had a function.
Yes, very defined. And that's just not how we are. We're not very defined people. So there are some changes that we're going to make, and there are things that I have always dreamed of in my dream kitchen, that small things that I look at them and I'm like, oh my gosh, that would be so awesome to have in the kitchen. So for that Belly Acres Kitchen channel, I want to take you guys along on that aspect, the plans for the kitchen and things like that.
Right.
There's
a lot of work to be done, a lot of planning.
Yes.
There's a lot of cleaning and clearing and building and tearing down and moving and
so we want to
say cleaning and planning and
so we want to take you guys along with us, and I hope you guys are as excited as we are for this journey. And anyway, just big news. This is going to be life-changing for us. It's not where we thought we were going to end up. Like, we were really thinking we were going to move back to Tulsa. But you guys, in moving back to Tulsa area, what that was going to mean for us, because the cost of living is so much higher closer to the city, what that was going to mean for us is both of us going back to, corporate world, having to work, the 9 to 5 or the
going back to the grind,
7 to 6 or whatever it is, to be able to make ends meet. And that we knew that our channel would suffer. We knew that a lot of our dreams were going to be put on hold again, and this is going to allow us the opportunity to really see our dream come true. So
it's definitely going to make everything flourish.
Yes.
So we're hoping that you guys will join us.
Yes.
Let your friends know, hey, these 2 whack jobs are out there. They don't have a clue.
We haven't had a clue from day one, and we've been doing the whole YouTube thing. I guess we decided back in 2019 that we were going to let the whole world know that we don't have a clue. So if you've been with us, you already know we don't have a clue. But yeah, share this out. Let people know that this whole thing is fixing to happen, because once we get the green light, it's on. Oh my gosh.
What you're saying? It's on like Donkey Kong.
Like Donkey Kong. So anyway, we hope you guys like our videos. If you do, please hit the like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
Yep, share with your friends.
Leave us some comments, you guys. Let us know how you guys are feeling about this. I mean, we're going to get ups and downs. both ways. We get it. But most of all, don't forget to smash that bell and get notified of the next new video when it comes out.
Yep. Until next time, you guys. God bless.
See ya.